Good evening and thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to our second edition of News Tonight. It's me, Michael Jordan Lukomwa. His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has eulogized the late NRM party member Aleper Simon Peter as a true patriot and citizen who immensely served Uganda with distinct and love. This has been the eulogy read for him by Vice President, retired Major Jessica Aleper, during the burial of the late Aleper Simon Peter in Kangolena Park District, Karamoja.
A plus funeral service arrived at Kangole Boys Playgrounds in Napaka District, carrying the remains of the late Aleper Simon Peter. The casket was wrapped in the colors of Uganda flag to symbolize the country which is mourning the gallant son with an official burial. The casket containing the remains of Aleper was then handed over to the church.
We are living on this world where we are here but for a moment.
Present were members of the NRM family where the late has been serving, ministers, service chiefs, members of parliament among others. After church service was laying of the wreath and later the speeches.
So emeritus, please run here.
We have lost our dear brother, son, father. He was a pillar. He's the one who has been taking care of us.
The fallen hero of the region is here. But he studied and he grew up in a difficult environment.
Local mourners still doubt the latest police update in regards to the nature of the accident, which claimed their loved one.
The Inspector General of Police expresses condolences with the people of Karamoja and the family, and has instituted a team to investigate the matter.
When we did tests on the food we found in his stomach and on other body samples to look for any drugs or poisons, there was nothing.
They installed the CCTV cameras along the road on the highways. We need to hear that the vehicle has been found or the person has been found. There should be an explanation.
For the family has not up to date come to the terms with the big loss that has come with this death.
This is not a day of pointing fingers, blaming this, that. We're gathered here to celebrate the life of the late.
He was not just a father, he was a best friend, a partner in crime, a teacher, a mentor, competition.
One thing about our father is he preached discipline. Every moment he got, it was discipline. I am strong because of God. I will not allow the stigma of death bring me down. I will not allow stigma of death break my family.
The farewell messages also came from ministers, NRM Secretary General Richard Odong, second members of parliament.
People of Karamoja, I come with a heavy heart.
It is because of him I stand before you today as a member of parliament and as a minister.
I want to encourage you today, my people. God will heal Karamoja. God will surely heal Karamoja.
Honorable Aspro, being a SEC member, was entitled to a monthly salary. And we have agreed that we shall continue paying this money to the widow until another election is held for a replacement.
Your Excellency, this was a patriot. He was a nationalist and a great Pan-Africanist and an epitome of humility.
The Vice President of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Aleper, represented the President at this burial.
The death of Honorable Aleper Simon Peter has robbed the country of a resourceful leader who made a contribution to fostering unity and development in Karamoja region.
The President, in a message read for him verbally, eulogized the late as a true patriot and nationalist.
The party shall remain indebted to him for the invaluable service which he rendered in the country. He remained true to the principles of the NRM, which emphasize prioritizing the interests of the people of Uganda.
In a very unrare way, the president has contributed shillings 50 million through the NRM party and 10 million through the vice president towards the family of the late. Later, Aleper was laid to rest at his home in Kangole village, Napak district, in an official way. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Napak district.
The Electoral Commission has started demarcating electoral areas for the 2025-2026 local government council elections. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Byabakama, also announced the increment of the polling stations from 35,000 in the electoral season of 2021 to 45,000 in the coming 2026 general elections. This was during the National Stakeholders Workshop on demarcation of electoral areas and reorganizing polling stations in Kampala.
Demarcation of electoral areas and reorganization of polling station process defines the area of representation for directly elected councillors, women councillors and councillors representing special interest groups in various local government councils. During the National Stakeholders Workshop on the demarcation of electoral areas, Justice Simon Byabakama noted that the exercise that had been scheduled for August 2023 was delayed due to funds.
Without anything, we are not ruling out, we are only saying that for them to be able to vote, there must be the necessary legal framework in place that allows them to vote from wherever they are. The current legal framework does not provide for that.
Byabakama said the Commission is now set to commence the demarcation of electoral areas for purposes of the 2025-2026 local government council elections as per the roadmap in August 2024. In the same vein, the Commission announced increment in the number of polling stations from over 35,000 in the electoral season of 2020-2021 to 45,000 in the forthcoming general elections of 2025-2026.
Those population quotas, what is the effect they have, that increment, what is the effect they have on the quality of the electoral process? Because we are seeing an increase in number.
Every election cycle, the number of voters goes up, ladies and gentlemen. I think you realize that. So in our projection, the number of voters should be about 22 million, which is about 4 million additional voters. And therefore the polling stations will have to go up as well, because you cannot maintain the same number of polling stations you had in 2021 when the number of voters have gone up.
The increase in the polling stations was intended at ensuring that each parish and electoral area has at least one polling station sufficient for the area coverage.
Polling stations have to be split, new ones have to be created so that we make sure that every Ugandan of voting age who is a registered voter is catered for. For example, in the urban centers, particularly Kampala, if in 2021 you may find a polling station was located at a certain vacant plot of somebody, but now that plot is developed, it's no longer available. So in consultation with the people of that area, we have to establish where this polling station should be relocated to.
Justice Byabakama further denounced monetization, militarization and chaotic actions during election. The reorganization of polling stations is in line with Section 33, subsection 1 of the Electoral Commission Act.
Because we don't want to disenfranchise any Ugandan who is a registered voter. It is the work of the Commission, work in conjunction with the local people and the local leaders to relocate this polling station.
The demarcation exercise will involve locating polling stations in central places, relocating those affected by infrastructure developments, splitting polling stations with undue voter numbers, and ensuring each parish and electoral area has at least one polling station. Susan Naonga reporting for ABC TV.
The Dean of St. Paul's Cathedral, Namirembe, has outlined the tentative program about the celebration of the 31st coronation anniversary of the Kabaka of Uganda, His Majesty Ronald Muwenda Mutebi, to be held tomorrow.
Buganda Kingdom and well-wishers can't wait any longer to witness the 31st coronation of Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II, scheduled for tomorrow. The Dean of Namirembe Diocese, Reverend Canon Jonathan Kisauzi Salongo, revealed it to the press the day's tentative program.
We want to give thanks to the mighty God and majorly to Saba Sajja, who so wished that the celebrations be held at St. Paul's Cathedral, Namirembe. Expect that all visitors should by 8 a.m. have started to walk in through the security points, checkpoints. Then special invited guests are expected at 9, and at 9:40 the VVIPs will also start to arrive. Then and at 9:50 we expect the procession to begin, and there is when we expect the chief guest, the arrival of the chief guest, and then we shall receive the general salute and the service will commence. Thereafter, we shall have the recession hymn, and then we shall have the group photographs at the main entrance. And because the Kabaka will always serve his people with luncheon, so we expect him to open up the luncheon with cutting of the cake.
Due to Uganda Kabaka's popularity among his subordinates, over thousands of people are expected to attend the celebrations.
We expect to have at the cathedral grounds in between 4,000 to 5,000 people, and then the 1,500 will be accommodated within the cathedral.
With only a limited number of 5,000 occupants to convene inside the cathedral for the special service, the rest will be outside and catch the event on screens.
I've made arrangements to have a special good public address system with screens, so that for those who will be outside the cathedral could be very much in a picture of what is happening inside.
Security led by the OC station Odi Kampala Nicholas Kamusime assured to protect the attendees.
Making sure buri omu ajja wano okusinza n'okusaba Ssaabasajja Kabaka.
Even though Nagalabi coronation site situated at Nagalabi Hill in Busiro County remains a link between Buganda and its past, as it was the same place Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II was crowned in 1993 just like his father. The 31st coronation celebrations will be held at St. Paul's Cathedral, Namirembe.
When we talk about the present king, Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II, his grandparents had a very big contribution in the establishment of even the cathedral that we are talking about, even where we are located. And I think we have a foundation stone that is even on the cathedral. The king himself has a seat within the cathedral, and he's our patron.
Namirembe Cathedral remains significant to Kabaka Mutebi.
He has his seat. This is the church in which the king has a seat. And when we have been given this opportunity to organize this 31st coronation anniversary, we think it's a great honor. And we are doing everything possible to make this celebration a colorful one.
According to the Diocesan Secretary of Namirembe Diocese, Reverend Canon Henry Segawa, the celebrations are a thanksgiving for the gift of health and life of His Highness Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II, the Kabaka of Buganda.
It is special because the king has been out of the country for some time on treatment, but it gives us great pleasure to have him during the celebration of his 31st coronation anniversary.
Nagalabi is a place where all the Kabakas of Buganda Kingdom have been crowned for the past 800 years. Historically, Buganda rituals are held on Budo Hill, where the first Kabaka was crowned. Kabaka Kintu first declared himself the king of Buganda in the 13th century after killing his own brother Bemba. General cleanliness outside the cathedral was at its peak and tents were being mounted. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
Relatedly, members of the Buganda Parliamentary Caucus have congratulated His Majesty Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II upon reaching 31 years on the throne.
Parliamentary Caucus, we take this opportunity, first of all, as a caucus, to congratulate the Kabaka of Uganda, together with all the people of Uganda, for us to be celebrating 31 years since his coronation. We are also grateful to the Almighty God for having enabled Ssaabasajja Kabaka to be able to return to his motherland, and we also pray that he gets well and gain the strength to be able to lead Uganda to the very expectation of our people. We take this opportunity to also thank in a special way all the leadership of the Uganda community, led by the Katikkiro Wekitiibwa Charles Peter Mayiga, for having been able to unite the people of Uganda, to lead the way in the absence of the Kabaka. We pledge and pray that we shall all, as always, be loyal to Namulondo, and we shall endeavor in all ways possible to endear unity of purpose for the people of Uganda.
Moving on, 7 Chinese investors who were arrested from Luera wetland have pleaded guilty to the offenses of disturbing and drilling Luera wetland. The accused were convicted on their plea of guilt by Machinde Utilities and Wildlife Magistrates Court, presided over by Magistrate Gladys Kamasanyu.
When the accused appeared before Magistrate Gladys Kamasanyu Head Utilities and Wildlife Court, prosecution first amended the charge sheet by adding 1 count of conspiracy to drill Luera wetland. When court read the charges against the accused, all the 7 pleaded guilty to the alleged offences.
Now, the expert that they are talking about who wrote this report visited the place. He took these photos. There are many photos here on the report. I have also seen your faces in the report. For you, we are charged with those 2 offenses. Is that what happened? Okay, so I've written that you admit the charge, right?
The 7 Chinese investors were arrested by National Management Environmental Authority NEMA together with the Environment Police, and during the last court sitting they denied all the offences, alleging that they were just tourists visiting Uganda. After accepting the offences, prosecution led by Judith Nyunamweza asked court to give the convicts a deterrent sentence following their actions towards Luera wetland.
And the side effects are being felt by each individual who is part of this movement. Wetland degradation, disrupts the balance of the wetland ecosystem. Wetlands are water catchment area where filtration takes place. You will note that there is occurrence of floods, and even especially on that road, Massacre Road, where the bridge had to break down because of the overflow.
The convicts' legal team led by Grace Biaruhanga asked court to give the convicts a lenient sentence.
Who has told court that she has no previous criminal record with the accused person. Secondly, your worship, the convicts have not wasted much time, as well as the resources of the state. In running the process of prosecution, production of witnesses, and the entire rigorous process of processing the required evidence. Tailored to that, Your Worship, the convicts, this is seen from their opening statements as they were pleading guilty.
Magistrate Gladys Kamasanyo said 31st July 2024 to rule in this case. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
4 suspects who were arrested during the March to Parliament protests have been released on a cash bail of 200,000 each by Nakawa Magistrates Court. In another development, Machi in the Magistrates Court has charged businessman Tony Mutabimbwa with 2 offences of fraudulent procurement of a certificate of a land title and forcible entry on land comprised in Chadondo Block 244, Plot 8328 at Kisugu.
The accused who appeared at Nakawa Magistrates Court on charges of common nuisance and being idle and disorderly include Thomas Kanzira, Faizo Salima, Olupot Bernard Ewalu, Hamala Ediga, and Arajabu Musinguzi. The case presided over by Magistrate Rita Chidasa. Prosecution led by Dorine Klima first amended the charge sheet by dropping the charge of being idle and disorderly, remaining with 1 count. The accused thereafter asked court to be granted bail by each presenting 2 sureties. Prosecution asked court for more time to verify the presented documents by the sureties of the accused. Magistrate Rita Chidasa overruled the prosecution's prayer and granted the 4 accused persons bail of 200,000 each cash and sureties 500,000 not cash. Court, however, declined to grant Arajabu Musinguzi bail for failure to confirm to court his press overboard. Court resumed on 14th August 2024 for mention of the case. Meanwhile, Machine Magistrates Court has charged the businessman Tony Mutabingwa on 2 counts of fraudulent procurement of a land title and forcible entry. Prosecution alleges that Tony Mutabingwa, between December 2022 and January 2023, at the office of the Registrar of Titles KCCA in Kampala City, willfully and fraudulently procured a certificate of a land title comprised on Chadondo Block 2544, plot number 8328 at Kisugu in Kampala District.
In order to take possession of land comprised in Chadondo Block 244, plot 8328 at Kisugu, you mobilized graders, a group of persons armed with machetes. You violently cut down crops, trees, graded, subdivided, and sold the land. Have you understood the charge?
Prosecution also alleges that Tony Mutabingwa hired a group of machetes and forcefully with violence entered on the said land belonging to Joseph Galiwango, fenced it with iron sheets, on allegations that he acquired it from Ndagile Anet. Ndagile Anet got possession of the said land by fraudulently using a forged court order, which he allegedly acquired from Nakawa High Court. Prosecution led by Anet Victoria informed court that inquiries are still ongoing. Tony Mutabingwa denied all the charges against him. Magistrate Elisha Inaitwe released the accused on a cash bail of 1 million and sureties 20 million non-cash.
These sureties are nephews of the applicant. I have established from them that they understand their responsibilities and consequences of non-compliance with their responsibilities. I accordingly find them substantial. That being the position, I allow this application. However, to safeguard myself further, I shall grant an accused a cash bond of 1 million shillings.
Court resumed on 30th September 2024 for mention of the case. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
The Joint Staff Political Commissariat of Uganda People's Defence Forces Major General Henry Masiko, while representing the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, hailed long-standing military relationship between China People's Liberation Army and Uganda People's Defense Forces. He revealed this during the celebration of the 97th anniversary of the People's Liberation Army of China at the Chinese ambassador's residence in Kololo. Chris Pasarini Tre has the details.
Major General Masiko Henry, while representing General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the Chief of Defense Forces, says China remains a steadfast partner of Uganda, offering crucial support in enhancing our defense capabilities.
China has been a strategic partner in our journey since the time of anti-colonial struggles and continues to play a crucial role in bolstering our defense, security, trade, investment, political, social, and cultural economic development. The people and the Republic of Uganda recognize and hail the excellent cordial relations that exist between the People's Republic of China and ourselves that are premised on mutual respect and support.
The Chinese ambassador to Uganda, His Excellency Zhang Lizong, revealed that China-Uganda relations are at their best and China remains committed to opening up more space for shared development.
Ladies and gentlemen, today China-Uganda relations are at the best in history. Through the FOCAC summit, China and Uganda will carry forward traditional friendship, deepen solidarity and cooperation in various fields, including military cooperations, and open up a new space for accelerating the common development of each other.
He revealed that China still remains a country that respects the sovereignty of other nations without intentions of imposing its own will on others for personal gains.
China adheres to non-interference in internal affairs, adheres to objectivity and fairness, and treating both the symptoms and root causes, and not imposing its own will on others, and has played a constructive role in maintaining regional peace and stability.
The Chinese embassy also introduced its first defense attaché to Uganda, Colonel Zhang Hao, as a strategic link between the two countries and the two armed forces.
As the representative of the PLA, I will further promote the strategic communication and mutual benefit cooperation between the two militaries and play an active role in further deepening the relations between the two countries.
The China's Army Day, which falls on August 1st, marks the founding anniversary of the People's Liberation Army. Today's celebration highlights the enduring partnership between Uganda and China, particularly in the areas of defense and mutual cooperation. Crispus Ainitwe, UBC News.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow with subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, and with 23 Global Gold Awards. A beer unmatched in gold.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Traffic police says that the rising number of unreported hit and run accidents has prompted the Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety to enhance traffic operations to safeguard all road users. The traffic police spokesperson Michael Nwajira told UBC that the Directorate has issued new guidelines for drivers involved in road accidents to ensure accountability.
The Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety has established that motorcyclists carrying passengers contribute to at least 55% of the road accident deaths, while reckless pedestrians contribute 34% of deaths.
64 people died and 271 sustained injuries. Among those that died were 24 motorcyclists, 22 pedestrians, 11 passengers on motorcycles, 4 drivers, 1 pedocyclist and 1 other.
Michael Kananura, the traffic police spokesperson, emphasizes that excessive speeding and reckless overtaking are major contributors to road crashes, with irresponsible overtaking causing 32% of incidents and excessive speeding 18%.
We thus appeal to all motorists to always obey the speed limits to ensure your safety and the safety of other road users. Overtaking is also not that much important or necessary on the road, and if you must overtake because you are catching up with time, then you need to get up early.
To counter the hit and run incidents by negligent drivers that hinder justice for victims, the Directorate has introduced specific guidelines. Among these are: give your name and address, as well as the name and address of the vehicle owner. Report crash to the nearest police. Turn on hazard warning lights, switch off engines, do not smoke, give details of accident to police, and give first aid.
Do not steal from the victims and discourage everyone else from doing the same. And do not also take the law into your hands and discourage others from doing mob justice.
So the public must stay alert, avoid distractions at accident scenes, and follow directions of police officers at the scene, or contact the police directorate on provided toll-free numbers. Patricia Nandago and Abdul Nasir Luwama for UBC.
The Inner Wheel President Mamta Gupta has installed the first Inner Wheel District 900 chair in the country. She emphasized growth of new clubs across East Africa and urged the new leadership to create more activities that are to impact positively on communities.
The Inner Wheel International Organizational Network is known for charity across the world. The president is in the country on a humanitarian mission.
The first gentleman.
In the country, there are 5 Inner Wheel clubs, including Kampala Club, Kampala Central, Mukono, Gaba and Masaka clubs, and these have been operating without a club district. For over 40 years in Uganda, Inner Wheel members, together with the international president, have established the first Inner Wheel District 900. These face a responsibility in expanding clubs and creating social activities to impact communities.
Unity, we find strength. In compassion, we find purpose. And in service, we find the true meaning of Inner Wheel. With the onset of this 2nd century, let us not only reflect on our accomplishments, but also welcome renewed commitment to the values that have defined us for ages.
For the new leadership, focus is on building teamwork and working together for success.
We also have so much to give each other. It could be advice, it could be wisdom, it could be anything. If we go and consult each other, we will learn and we will give each other a lot of things. You go to one club that has the expertise that your club doesn't. You borrow. That is giving or borrowing, but we'll do that on a daily basis.
Established in 1924, the organization is now 100 years old, with a membership of 1.2 million women across 100 countries in the world. Lydia Chomkama and Juma Samba UBC News.
Mbara City Woman Member of Parliament Atukwase Rita Bwahika has challenged experts in education to dig and ignite creativity that brings out entrepreneurship and innovation in order to integrate climate change, financial literacy, among others, in schools. She was handing over 4,700 textbooks to 12 schools in the city.
Mathematics, English, science, math practical, English practical.
Mbara City Woman Member of Parliament Atukwase Rita has handed over 4,700 different types of textbooks for both primary and secondary schools.
I had about 4,700 different types of books in the different categories. Sciences, of course, such things like nutrition, mathematics, biology, physics, ICT. So we are giving them to 12 schools, 6 primary schools and 6 secondary schools. Of course, choosing secondary schools was very easy. In Mbara City, we have about 8 schools, but only 6 do run the universal secondary education programs. And of course, that is my primary focus, where we encourage that people who really can access free education.
The books were distributed to 6 primary schools and 6 secondary schools and called upon education experts to target financial literacy, climate change.
How do we integrate financial literacy so that as a child I grow knowing the value of money and how to be frugal and use money? Because right now people are stuck with the multiple loans. That is financial indiscipline. So the school is an opportunity to inculcate this information at a very early age so that it can shape our future. Issues to do with health, issues to do with their inner self. So all these, but above all, give children and space time to play. We don't need children to be in schools for 10 hours. From 6 a.m. until another 7 p.m. I don't think we need that.
The Mbara City Education Officer, Naranga, said there is improved performance.
We have very many education officers, inspector of schools, both north and south. So we are even on ground, we are moving to schools, secondary and primary, checking on how the education standards are moving on, schemes of work, lesson plans. So the schools are improving in a higher speed. So twebaza wana borita kutwongera bitabo tekateka ngu nakabene kaburaburamu katakaterire nakaza kuterera ko bitabe batuhereza nibuza kuyamba abana kushanga buri mwana ine kitabe ceye umushomesa cyakwa nashomesa umwana wana na referring mu kitabo.
Some of the schools which received books include Katojo Primary School, Bihara Muslim Primary School, Kishasha Primary School, Mbara Secondary, Nyakayojo Secondary School.
Thank you very much, Honorable Rita. Yeah, may you get more votes next time and you give us more as well. Thank you very much.
We thank you so much. Let's take a short break. Keep it with us.
MTN Hektusako Hajaruna Mbiru live in concert Friday nga mwenda August. Hajaruna Mbiru huyo Kusenda Hotel Rockta nunga mwenda August. Monshoja atumia Hajaruna Mbiru live in concert VIP ya mtualo 15 tukawa jigula kumomo ya mtualo 10 hata meze ya milioni 3 niga kamunyenye emo mkaga 5 kamunyenye 20 kadara oba downloading amomo app wagule ticket ku sente ntono nga 10 August Colin Hotel mukono ticket ya shinzo mtualo gumu po jigulango kosa momo jigula 15 VIP mtualo 3 nga 11 August Maria Frema Saka shinze mtualo 2 po jigulango kosa momo ya mtualo gumu VIP mtualo 5 hata momo mtualo 3 na chitundu bitegekedwa keti events wawulone biwagirwa.
MTN. Together, we're unstoppable.
Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow with subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, And with 23 Global Gold Awards, a beer unmatched in gold.
UBC News Tonight. Business. Uganda Broadcasting Corporation is hosting a mini expo to highlight energy-efficient cooking methods as part of the country's energy transition agenda. At the UBC Gardens, attendees can explore a range of eco-friendly cooking solutions, including gas cookers, pressure cookers, and stoves that utilize briquettes. The expo is open to the public and runs for 5 days from Monday to Friday.
Using these improved stoves can help save up to 65% of wood fuel compared to a 3-stone fire. The manufacturers believe that this will help reduce on the number of trees cut down for charcoal and will help prevent people from filling their homes with harmful fumes. Over the years, Uganda has seen a significant loss in forest cover due to non-eco-friendly cooking methods. The demand for charcoal and firewood has been linked to unpredictable weather patterns across the country.
In Uganda right now, there's a very big problem of deforestation. People are cutting down trees to burn, to get charcoal, which people are using literally for cooking in different households.
This expo at the national broadcaster aims to showcase eco-friendly energy solutions. Experts are speaking positively about the new cooking methods and encouraging the public to adopt these solutions for better personal benefit and environmental conservation.
Our briquettes have zero smoke. If you can see on that kettle, it is clean, yet we are cooking.
I would love to urge our dear clients out there who fear using gas or electric pressure cookers because of phobia, because someone has told you something, you've seen a video on WhatsApp. Please don't fear. These gadgets are not that they are not that deadly. We just need to teach you how they work, and you'll enjoy your LPG or your electric pressure cookers.
Although these cooking solutions may seem costly initially, the long-term benefits far outweigh the upfront investment.
This is the issue of affordability. Yes, these technologies are very good, that is okay, but they are still a little expensive for most of the Ugandans to afford. Yeah, they are a little expensive, but we are trying to work on with the ministries, Ministry of Energy. We are trying to engage very many different stakeholders and getting, of course, partners who can support us so that the prices can be subsidized to be affordable by most of the Ugandan people.
The use of improved cook stoves brings numerous benefits, including better health, increased productivity, gender equality, forest and biodiversity conservation, and reduced emissions. Charity Marion Imnat and Joseph Moyengo, UBC News.
Uganda's medal winners from the Tokyo 2022 Olympics have arrived in France to defend their crowns. Swimmer Gloria Muzito swam brilliantly to set a new 100-meter freestyle record.
For starters, Uganda won 4 medals at the previous Olympics, and these were by Joshua Cheptegei, Peruth Chemtai, and Jacob Kiplimo.
Cheptegei, the world champion, can he win it again? Last year, he was burnt up by Solomon Barega. But the champion from Doha is the champion once again.
The trio has arrived in France for the Paris 2024 Olympics and will start their action on Friday with Cheptegei and Kiplimo joined by Magengo Kiprotich in the 10,000-meter final. Also in action on Friday will be the 5,000-meter ladies in round 1, and Halima Nakai, who arrives later today, will do her 800 meters round 1.
The big boys have arrived. The big girl is here.
The 3 have arrived. Just Joshua Cheptegei, Jacob, and we're having Peruth. These were medalists during the last Olympic Games, and they're coming to defend their titles. and we are glad they're here. The team is taking shape. We had 3 athletes that jetted in yesterday. Today, this morning, we have the 3. And in the afternoon, we're expecting 4 more. We're expecting Winnie, we're expecting Halima, we're expecting Dadriga, and we're expecting Orogot. So they've been in Europe, they'll be joining this team this evening.
In swimming, Uganda's 100-meter freestyle guru, Gloria Muzito, has swum her best ever and completed in a new national record of 58.95 seconds at the Paris La Défense Aquatic Center. The 21-year-old held the previous 56.01 national record that she set, winning the bronze medal at the African Games early this year in Ghana. Cyclist Charles Kajimu has also continued his preparations ahead of his 255-kilometer road race this Saturday.
We thank you so much for watching. That is all we had for you tonight. Let's catch you tomorrow in our other gatherings. Bye-bye. Good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. Coming soon on UBC.
Welcome to Inside Broadcasting,
sharing with you the process behind what you see on the screens.